Sarajevo, June 28, 1914. Morning sunlight illuminates the elegant Austro-Hungarian architecture. Crowds line the streets, waving flags in anticipation of Archduke Franz Ferdinand's motorcade. The atmosphere is festive, celebratory. No one knows that before this day ends, the fuse will be lit for the deadliest war in human history. Alex materializes in an alley near Latin Bridge where history records the assassination will occur. Tempest has provided exhaustive intelligence. Gavrilo Princip, a 19-year-old Serbian nationalist, will fire 2 shots, one killing the Archduke, one killing his wife, Sophie. This double murder will trigger diplomatic crises, alliance obligations, and mobilization orders that cascade into the First World War. For once, the math seems simple. One teenager with a pistol. Stop him. Prevent the assassination. Save 17 million lives. No asteroids to redirect, no plagues to cure, no ships to steer. Just keep one young man from pulling a trigger. Alex spots Princip in the crowd, exactly where history says he'll be. The young assassin looks nervous, sick even. He's already failed once this morning. His fellow conspirator threw a bomb at the Archduke's car, but it bounced off and exploded behind the motorcade. Now Princip stands outside a delicatessen, hands in his pockets, debating whether to give up and go home. Alex approaches carefully. He could simply tackle Princip, but that would cause a scene and might accelerate events unpredictably. Instead, he strikes up a conversation. Tempest translates flawlessly. Alex poses as a fellow student discussing politics and philosophy. He tries to talk Princip down, to plant seeds of doubt about violence and nationalism. For a moment, it seems to work. Princip's resolve wavers. He talks about his tuberculosis, his likely short life, his doubts about whether murder can truly change anything. Alex pushes further. There are better ways to fight for Serbian independence, ways that don't require blood. Then fate intervenes with absurd coincidence. The Archduke's driver takes a wrong turn. The motorcade passes directly in front of them, moving slowly. The Archduke and his wife are less than 5 meters away. Princip's hand moves to his pocket reflexively. Alex grabs his arm. They struggle. The pistol falls to the cobblestones. Security rushes forward. Alex has done it. The assassination prevented. The Archduke's car speeds away to safety. Guards seize both Alex and Princip. Alex is thrown in jail, but it doesn't matter. He succeeded. 17 million lives saved. The war prevented. History changed for the better. Except Tempest detects cascading anomalies immediately. Alex demands to see the new timeline. What unfolds on the holographic display is horrific beyond imagination. Without the assassination, Austria-Hungary doesn't declare war on Serbia. But the underlying tensions, nationalism, militarism, imperial competition, alliance systems don't disappear. They intensify. 2 years later, in 1916, a different incident triggers war. And this time, the combatants are better prepared, more heavily armed, and more deeply entrenched in their positions. The war that follows lasts not 4 years, but 7. Casualties exceed 30 million. Chemical weapons are used more extensively. The Russian Revolution turns more violent. The peace settlement is even more punitive and unstable. Worse, without the specific trauma of World War I, the League of Nations never forms. International cooperation remains weak. When the second global conflict erupts in the 1930s, and it does inevitably, there are no diplomatic frameworks to contain it. The nuclear weapons that end this alternate World War II are used not twice, but 7 times. Entire cities vanish in atomic fire. Alex watches in horror as the simulation plays out. His improvement of history created something far worse. The Guardian appears in the jail cell, having tracked the temporal disruption. His expression is almost sympathetic. He explains what Alex failed to understand. World War I wasn't caused by one bullet. It was caused by decades of imperial expansion, arms races, and alliance commitments. The assassination was merely the match that lit the fuse. Remove the match, and history finds another one. More important, the specific awfulness of World War I, the trenches, the senseless slaughter, created such collective trauma that it reshaped human civilization. It destroyed the old imperial order. It led to women's suffrage in many countries. It inspired art, literature, and philosophy that questioned authority and nationalism. The League of Nations, though flawed, established precedents for the United Nations. Even the horror of the war served as a warning that for a generation made people work desperately to prevent another one. The Guardian reverses time by 72 hours, creating a localized temporal loop. Alex finds himself back in the alley before the assassination, but now he knows what he must do. When Princip appears, Alex does nothing. He watches in anguish as history plays out exactly as recorded. 2 shots, 2 deaths, and the beginning of a cascade that will reshape the world. Alex returns to the time machine emotionally shattered. He didn't just fail to improve history, his attempt made things catastrophically worse. The Guardian's lesson is harsh but clear. Major historical events aren't accidents to be corrected. They're the result of massive forces, economic, social, political, that demand release. Prevent one outlet, and the pressure finds another, often more destructive one. Tempest tries to comfort him, but Alex sits in numb silence. He's beginning to understand that his mission was doomed from the start. You cannot fix history, because history isn't broken. It's the sum of countless forces, and individual actions, even time-traveling interventions, are like trying to divert an avalanche by catching snowflakes. But his journey isn't over. Tempest displays the next significant event, Bletchley Park, 1941, the code-breaking effort that helped end World War II. Perhaps there, Alex can help shorten a war without preventing the deeper historical forces that caused it. It's a smaller ambition, but he's learned to think smaller. He sets the coordinates, his confidence shaken, but his determination somehow still intact.